Good morning, guys. Whew. Really cold this morning. So you seen the thumbnail. So it's an awesome thing about education, man. Again, I think at 18, still too young, man. It's funny. My friend John, he's also my videographer. When we went to, one time we filmed at my college that I go to, and my friend John is in his early 20s, and he's been removed from high school for about 4 or 5 years now. It's about 4 years, and the first thing he says when he shows up to my university, my 2-year university too, we shot some footage. I was just kind of getting to know the guy, so I didn't really want to expand, and so we did it around my school campus. The first thing he says is, "This feels like high school again." And I don't know, when you're just a little bit removed from school, you don't want more school, especially you've been in there since 5 to 18, kindergarten to senior year in high school. Some people get worn out of it, or maybe he was just speaking honestly how it made him feel. And so me, on the other hand, I'm older. I'm like, I haven't been in school for a while. Education just seems new, you know. I'm sure by the time I graduate, it's going to seem like, fuck, school. It kind of gets like that a little bit. You kind of notice when we had this holiday break, you're like, fuck, the break felt good, you know. And making my point is, I've been learning in school, and there's private goods and public goods for all of American civilians or American citizens. The citizenry, there's private goods and public goods, and one of the things that stood out to me is that they consider housing to be a private good, not something that they believe every single U.S. citizen is entitled to. And I'm not really sure if healthcare was one of those things that was also on the side of a private good, something that you have to earn on your own. It's not going to be granted to you. And now that I make this video, I feel like maybe there is healthcare, you know, there is Medi-Cal. And it makes me think about Martin Luther King, how this video is not supposed to be for housing, but even housing, if they were put on the public good side of the spectrum, it's considered a healthcare. You know, so many things play a part, but I want to kind of stay on this track. So I think there is, as long as you're working, even if it's a full-time minimum wage job or something that's $20 or more, but I mean, obviously probably no more than 25. Customer service job or one of these huge corporations, a fast food spot, a home goods store. So I think if we just maybe encourage people to have better health care. I'm not talking specifically go to the doctor when you're sick, or to have homie recycling. I'm not saying, I just think if we encouraged our families to have more of a traditional way of approaching your health and healthcare, encouraging people to establish a relationship with the doctor, establish relationships with dentists, that's what they call them, family doctors. Introduce, instead of fucking buying toys or buying bullshit for our families that don't mean shit. It comes from the goodness of our heart. We buy shit for people because we want them to feel good, or want them to know we love them, or they might need it. But also, imagine living in a world where it's like, hey, meet our doctor. Doctors made home visits. I think that's a huge thing, is like some people just maybe not have the time or put things off. Oh, no, I'm just gonna put it off. I'm gonna put off going up to the doctor, because it could be called laziness, but in the specific term, not when you say laziness, you consider someone overweight or procrastination, or well, let's call it procrastination then. So yeah, just healthcare in general. There is help out there, although it does take more of an effort than maybe it should, or maybe things are more expensive. Maybe if you really needed a surgery, they'll give it to you, but along with the deep debt. So this is not a cry for the government to help. This is more to say there is help. And we have to take it upon ourselves to. But let's say healthcare in this society was an easy process. It makes me think about these young children who join gangs and do stupid bad shit or harmful shit. A lot of that has to do with the love you have for yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you're not going to take care of yourself. If you don't see the world in a good light, you don't feel like you don't feel love, or you don't have self-worth, because those who were supposed to make you feel loved and make your self-worth and self-esteem grow didn't do a good job, or just didn't know how, simply because at one point in their life they were your age too. Young kid given a bad taste in their mouth of reality and life. And so if everything was easy and we had an easy healthcare, and even at the top of society, when it comes to those in charge and in power and our leaders of this society and this country, if they show that they cared about their people in their country, maybe families would be better, we'd be healthier. Health care about your health, so I think I envision parents saying, hey son, hey daughter, why are you out there getting in trouble? You got health care. There's health care here. Why are you out there fighting? Why are you out there hating on each other? Why are you out there fighting for bullshit? There's health care. There's no need to be fighting. Just care for all. There's health care. You can care for your health. It's actually seen as a good thing. Like being an outlaw or being a rebel or doing bad shit, that needs to be frowned upon. Societies need to hold themselves accountable. And what I mean by that is men need to hold themselves accountable. And when we see people not taking care of their health, we need to hold them accountable, put them on blast, or make it be frowned upon, But again, all humans have to make the decision on their own to to want to care for themselves. Because if not, even if it doesn't look like there's any homeless people or everything seems proper and intact, it could be a big ass rug where everything's getting swept underneath, you know? We see it, there's little plots where homeless people go and drug addicts. I mean, it has to be acceptable because where are these people gonna go? We're gonna kill them, you know? So this is just an announcement or something to make me think. But this is me at the top of the hill saying, let's just care for your health more. But at the end of the day, it's easier said than done, I understand, because the reason why I wanted to speak about this, I don't know. There's bigger issues, but this is just a small video asking you just maybe we could care about our health a little more. That's it. I gotta go.